right, how many people have noticed the recent tumble in gas prices? Jen, what are you paying for a gallon of gas in L.A.?
Oh, 370 something, 380 something, something
Really?
like that, which
Last
is pretty
year,
good.
I remember last year 440 something or other.
Exactly.
On the Chevron station, the corner of Entrada and PCH where I live. What about you, Kenny? What's going on down in San Diego? San Diego.
345 last night.
345. All right.
Wow.
So that's still pretty outrageous. 245 is the price here, and actually I saw it 329 someplace. Here's Clark Hodges, who is a financial advisor and a strategist with Hodges Capital in Dallas, focused on what is your state's biggest, your business in Texas. Pretty much wraps around oil and gas, doesn't it? I mean, a lot of other things going on there, but isn't it the biggest business in Texas? Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
For sure. And parts of the state are just booming with that kind of business.
Right. Well, the whole country, you go up into Wyoming and the Dakotas, what a boom up there, same reason. So we see the national prices going down on average about 9.394 a gallon last week alone, 16 cents lower than it was this time last year, whereas during the height of the season, it was 14, 15, 16 cents higher than it was last year. What the heck's going on?
Well, I'm really surprised at where gas prices are, given the really turbulence in the world. If you think about all the things that have gone on the last 2
Middle East
months,
especially, yeah.
And still gas prices keep coming down and coming down. A lot of it has to do with the inventories that need to get lower, so that the switch can be done to the winter blend at the refinery level. But a lot of it has to do, I think, with finally, the United States is producing a lot more oil than we used to, and it's kind of taking some of the dependency off of OPEC.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the main factors in it, that we're finally kind of getting our act together. It doesn't happen overnight, but we're finally getting there. Plus, you have a lot of options nowadays. You've got electric vehicles. You've got people who can drive more efficient vehicles.
Yeah.
And I think all those factors combined kind of makes for that perfect.
We're using less. Yeah, we're being smarter about it. Okay. So if that's the case, I remember when the prices went up wildly in the last year or two, prices of food went up wildly, and we were all told, well, it's because the cost of transportation to get the food around is so high. All right, so then...
Right.
If that's the case, why are food prices going up while the gas prices are going down?
I think it's a supply and demand issue. I think the drought in the Midwest was a factor in food prices, and that affects the wheat and the corn, and then it also affects the feed that goes into the cows. So I think it's a kind of a one-time, if you will, drought situation that's affecting those prices more than it is the transportation costs.
Mm-hmm. The weather in general is getting a lot of attention this week because the people in the military say that changing climate could impact any future wars. It's national security defined in lots of different ways. Prices that we pay for food or anything that jiggles the economy around causes ripples that affect what we owe. This is a very, very, it's not simple, Clark, is it? The tie of all of these things together is pretty complicated. Most people don't even think about how complicated it actually is.
Right. In the past, whenever you had any bad news out of the Middle East, you've seen a spike in oil prices.
Right. Yeah.
And I think they're over there thinking, how can we get our mojo back? How can we get our control back and our power back over the United States? And I think one of the things they may be doing is saying, hey, let's push this price down so it will halt production in the United States. Because at a certain dollar price, if you've got, let's say you've got, 1,000 wells that you're drilling across the country, your XYZ company,
mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden the price goes from 100 to 80,
yeah.
You're going to cap those wells
mm-hmm.
and wait for that price to go back up.
Right.
And I think that's kind of their strategy.
What, is that the Saudis? Is that the Saudis doing it? Yeah, they're our friends too, aren't they? The Saudis are our pals, thanks to Rumsfeld and Cheney. And now that they're out of the picture, maybe that's one of the reasons things are changing somewhat here. All right, interesting overview. Clark Hodges from Hodges Capital in Dallas. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. 21 Avenue.